Hi everyone, this is Aman Tilak, currently MD Nuclear Medicine first year resident at AIIMS New Delhi. Before we start this video, I'll just give a small introduction about myself. I've secured All India rank 455 in INICET examination back in November 2022 when I was still an intern, and this was my first attempt. Interestingly, I have got my dream branch, that is nuclear medicine, and I'm currently a resident over here. Now, during my MBBS, I have done my MBBS from AIIMS New Delhi itself, and my credentials during my MBBS entrance examination were AIR 33 back in 2017, and I secured 96% in board. No one is gonna ask that, so doesn't matter, right? So there are a lot of queries from the fellow doctors, interns, post interns about the upcoming May 2023 INICET examination. So there are people ranging from FMGs who want to now clear AIIMS in their first attempt, right? Preparing for the 2024 INICET or next examination, whatever it happens, we really don't know. I'll not go into that discussion, right? And there are people who have just given their NEET PG, and there are like more than 100 messages on my Instagram currently that who have currently given NEET PG examination and who want to aim for AIIMS and give their May INICET attempt with their full josh, I would say, right? So there are other people who ask me certain queries about what should be the orders, how should we study for the examination, what are the sources, right? And there are other lot of people who have self doubts, and they try to address that on social media, and they ask me personally that I am from a peripheral medical college, that I am from a private medical college. I actually want to do my MD from AIIMS. This guy has brought 16,000 rank in November 2022 INICET examination, and he wants to actually improve and boost his rank. So there are a lot of people, and I believe if you are watching this video, you will be any one of these. But understand that in this video, I'll be covering all of this, and I hope that you will be liking this video. So we'll start this. Before we start this, I'll put this question straightforward to you. Is INICET worth it? So there will be a best medical college in your state which you can get through NEET PG, and there is a state quota as well which you get in your state, right? So you can anyways get that. But you'll have to understand one thing, that the NEET PG counseling, and after that you are gonna get placed into your, you'll start doing your MD, I believe, in the next 5 or 6 months. We really don't know. Just think about what happened in NEET 2020, 21 and 23 NEET PG. Right, so counseling gets delayed, there is Supreme Court, there are a lot of things, fine. However, think about what and see what has happened for INICET. So basically, INICET happens on time. So it might not be wrong to say that this July 2023 INICET session will actually be starting from July itself. Rather, and NEET PG, which actually happened, the exam happened 2 months prior to INICET. The exam was yesterday, right? I'm recording this video today. It is 6th of March, and the exam was on 5th of March, and INICET is scheduled 2 months later. However, the counseling for the NEET PG, it's a trend, it will happen delayed. So basically, it is actually, you actually have this time. So if your NEET PG has went very well, and you bring a top 100 rank or top 50 rank or top 1000 rank, and you're getting a very decent medical college in your state, even then you have the time and you have the energy actually to prepare for this examination. Now, is it worth it? Yes, it is definitely worth it. So basically, if you are doing your MD from AIIMS or any institute of national importance, right? The biggest thing I would say, I'll put it out clearly, is the tag, right? So you will definitely write down MD AIIMS New Delhi. So I'll write, for example, I'll definitely write down Dr. Aman Tilak MBBS, AIIMS Delhi, and MD, AIIMS Delhi. So for example, those people who are gold medalists definitely mention it. So one thing is the tag. Then second is the level of education and the level of services that are rendered at the AIIMS and institutes of national importance, that are very well and very good. The infrastructure is very good, and as you see, the faculties, facilities, and everything is improving very well. Now the newer AIIMS have opened like 5 or 10 years back, in the past 10 years. However, the level of education, the level of patient care is increasing tremendously, right? So yeah, there is a lot of funding, there is a lot of infrastructure, there is a good salary and everything. There are a lot of perks. You already know it. So it is definitely worth giving a try, right? There are also people who had missed AIIMS in their MBBS entrance examination and actually want to live that dream in the PG, right? So yeah, this is definitely worth it. Saying that it is not worth it will be wrong, right? Now the second thing, this is where the actual question lies. So my self-worth. Am I worth the AIIMS examination? So I'll put this out very clearly. Doesn't matter you have done your MBBS from a peripheral medical college, doesn't matter you have done from private medical college, doesn't matter you have done it from foreign medical graduation, doesn't matter. Seriously, there are people at AIIMS who are the first in their entire medical college, that the seniors of these people used to say that don't aim for AIIMS, it's 2000 rupees 4000 rupees ka form barbad ho jayega, like this. And they actually have made it to AIIMS, and in the topmost college in AIIMS Delhi, there are my seniors and batchmates who are from private medical college. There people who have secured much better rank than me. I'm telling you, I've secured 455. There was people who secured in top 100 rank, even in top 10 ranks, which belong to private medical college and peripheral medical college. So please understand that this is not physics or physical chemistry wherein there is a numerical which you have to solve it. It basically depends on that if you have read well, you are actually going to score it. It is I mentor the NEET UG aspirants, and I say this one thing, that biology happens to be the favorite subjects when we were in class 11th and 12th, and this is the entire biology. I know there are 19 subjects, there are a lot of stuff to study, but if you are well versed versus a person who is a genius and has not studied, so you will win over that person, right? So please feel worthy to be studying for this examination. And I say one thing, I'll say this in Hindi, that हर किसी में एक उसका हक है कि वो अपने सपने के लिए लड़ाई करे और उसके लिए वो मेहनत करे और उसके लिए जंग लड़े. So it is your right to fight for your dream. Maybe you achieve it, maybe you don't, doesn't matter, but you deserve this fight. That is what I want to tell you. Next, does the college matter? I've already addressed this. Doesn't matter, right? Now there are the number of people who qualify from AIIMS are more from AIIMS and the top state medical college. Reason being, they were already sincere when they had qualified NEET. So the people who were the top rankers in class 11th and 12th, right? So they had gone into these colleges, right? So the proportion of people are more from these colleges. But let me tell you, it is not a necessary fact. I know people from AIIMS Delhi itself who have been trying from the past 4 or 5 years and have not made it to clear INICET, right? And there is another problem. Once you do your MBBS from AIIMS or a institute of national importance, going to a peripheral medical college becomes a little different because you are accustomed to the ways and environment and the culture of AIIMS, right? So that is one thing. So if you are from a peripheral medical college, it is good. You have nothing to lose. You actually have a lot to gain, and I am telling you, there are a lot of seniors, a lot of people who belong from private medical college, from peripheral medical college, who have actually made it to AIIMS, right? Who are doing their MD, then DM, and there are also faculties in AIIMS, right? So you don't have to worry. Now coming to the secret. Now you will be wondering, if I'll tell this secret, everyone will know, everyone will follow this. This will not be happening, right? So let's say 5,000 of you watch this video, 4,950 will just be scrolling through this video, will get some motivation, and they'll not actually make out anything out of this. They'll feel that, yeah, nice, it was a good video, and maybe it was not, up to you, matlab ki jaisa bhi tha video, and they'll skip it and they'll forget it, right? They'll not follow it. So basically, seeing in one thing, motivating is second thing, inspiring is the third thing, and actually implementing is the actual thing, which only 1% of the people who are watching this video will do. So it doesn't matter if I tell you this clearly, only even after that 90+% people will not follow it, right? So if you are following it, please feel privileged, right? Even if I'm telling this publicly, right? So there are 3 secrets, and this has been told by many AIIMS ke seniors, by many faculties, everyone. You think that just say for MBBS entrance examination in NEET UG, NCERT is the secret, or maybe the Bible. In the INICET examination, there are only 3 things which you have to do. One is priority on first and second year subjects. They are very important. They yield approximately 60% of the paper is from only first and second year subjects. And you can also make out the questions from, let's say, medicine or other subjects from third and fourth year from the actual basic knowledge of the first and second year, right? So there's no way of saying this. First and second year you cannot ignore. You can actually leave medicine, but you cannot leave pathology, you cannot leave pharma, right? I am just giving this as an example to emphasize you that how important are first and second year subjects. Now, second thing, previous year questions. AIIMS has this thing even in our MBBS exams in AIIMS Delhi. Previous year questions, and I believe if you are in a medical college, previous year questions. So examiner sees that 5 or 10 year previous year questions and just copies it, or that topics are actually repeated. So when you see the previous year questions, you actually are reading the mindset of the examiner. So those topics will 100% be repeated, as the examiner is bound to make the questions from those topics, right? Third thing, revisions. And rapid revisions and बार रिविजन करना है, एक बार नहीं बार रिविजन करना. दैट इज द सीक्रेट. आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू अहेड थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से. आई एक्सप्लेन यू ऑल दीज 3 थिंग्स, बट दिस इज द की टू योर सक्सेस इन INICET, राइट? नाउ दिस इज Hindustan Times ka. This is a news. It was published today, March 6, and 1:30 p.m. And exam date for 2023 INICET is 7th May, and the result will be declared on 13th May. This is what it says, right? So you can consider that your examination is on 7th May. Now you have to prepare for that. Now considering that you will be watching this video maybe today, tomorrow, or I believe you can watch this by whenever you are watching this video, right? So you can even, if you are watching this even later after 5 months, 6 months or 2 months, right? You can just, the dates I have mentioned ahead, you can actually convert this into the timeline. So if I have written up to 20th March, right? So you can actually think about, I mean 10 days, because I am considering that an average person who is watching this video will be starting to study very sincerely from 10th of March, right? So if I were to give the INICET examination, this is what I would have done. So till 20th March 2023, that is 10 days from now, I believe that you have given your NEET PG examination, and 1 and 2 days you should actually relax. That's fine. Matlab, theek hai. If you're too motivated, that is even better. You can utilize your holy holiday as a holy hai and everything. You can study more, right? So that is why I have also put a slash over here. So first you do is you have to actually, this is what I would have done. I would have gone in a retrograde manner. So if you have just 2 months, what you will actually do, you will actually try to find out those topics which are actually important for the examination, and you will revise them bar, right? So till 20th March, what you do is go from 2022, then 2021, and so on till 2017, right? And you do this previous year questions. So you can use any of the apps, coaching ki apps aap use kar sakte ho, but give these tests in a time bounded manner, right? So 3 hours, give this test in the morning. So when I say from 2017 to 2022, you actually have to do all these papers, right? So you solve these papers, then you actually get your marks, and then you have to analyze which were the questions which were wrong, and you have to actually analyze what were the topics which you made mistakes in. Another thing which you have to analyze is that we often do guesswork, and there is an option of guessing in the coaching apps, right? So you can click on that, and you have to actually analyze the guessed answers also, because you might not get them right when you are actually appearing in the final examination, right? So depending upon the time, you have to actually solve all these question papers up till 2017, or if you have more time, you can do it till 2015. And even if you have more time, then you can do it till 2013, but I don't think you have that much of time, right? So at least you should do it till 2017, right? Now, at the end of this thing, by 20th March, you will have a list of those topics which were important. You will have an entire it will be imprinted in your mind as well. Now when you read a subject, when you read the topics, you actually know, yaar, yahan se maine galti kiya tha, I have made a mistake from this topic, right? And then you will focus more on that, right? And you have actually written down all these topics which you have made mistakes in, and whenever you study, please note down these topics very well, so that now in the next go, when I'm telling these from 21st of March to 31st of March, that is 11 days, you have to actually do these topics, right? So for till 20th March, you have actually written down what were the important topics from previous year questions which you had missed, and you think that you will make mistakes, and you made mistakes in the previous year question tests, right? Now in the next 10 or 11 days, what you do is you actually make these topics solid, and these should be on your fingertips, right? Make notes, make from whatever coaching source you may study, but these should be on your fingertips because they have a very, very high chance of being repeated as such. Now, you have done this, right? Next, what you have to do. So from April 1st to April 25, that is 25 days, you can give your first reading of the examination. So you have the examination on 7th of May, and these 25 days, you should give it a first reading. You will say that 25 days are not enough. I'm not saying you to read anything extra. I'm just saying whatever you have prepared for NEET PG 2023, just go through it again, right? And what I used to do, that this is like a 18-day schedule which I had made to revise my entire 19 subjects, right? You have 25 days. You can make a similar schedule that suits you the best, and you can actually revise the most important topics. You would have revised this in NEET PG 2023, right? So you have to do this again, right? Next, what you have to do, after this 25 days, you have maybe 12 or 13 days which you have remaining with you, fine. So you have to actually split it into two halves, right? Half into the first half, the first 3 days, where you have to again revise what you have read, extra topics, the topics you had read from 21st of March to 31st of March, the 10-11 days of extra topics. You have to revise them, because if you don't revise them, they're gonna fade away. And I already told you there is a super high probability of questions being repeated from these topics, so you can't ignore them. So after 25th of April, 2 or 3 days, you have to revise the extra topics which you have read. So it is 28th of April or maybe 29th of April latest, right? And in the last 7 days, you have to actually revise the entire 19 subjects again. Now you will ask me, how is this possible? Even I've made a schedule for how I have to revise in the last 7 days. This is how, and this is actually what I followed. This is 6th of November. My examination was just next week, and I had actually revised, right? So the key is that whenever you study, you have to underline in such a way that you are preparing for your next revision. So for example, if you read a page and you know that this time when you're reading the subject, you have 2 days. Next time when you will be revising, you will just have half a day. So if you read one page, you will have to make it concise to 25% of the content only high yield you can read, because you tend to forget everything. When there is, even after 2 weeks, you tend to forget everything. So there's no need of worrying about it. Everyone forgets it, and it's chill. There's nothing to worry. You just need to revise it rapidly. Now, coming to next thing. What you should do, which I'm telling you, which no one does, and this can be a really game changer. So when you study, every 7th day, you have to revise everything that you have read in the past 6 days. Every 7 days, every 7th day, you have to revise everything which you have done in the past 6 days, right? So you will actually stay focused. You will actually have a feeling that you are actually revising everything, right? Now, try to do this, that every 8th day, है ना. This was something which I could not do, but I would have loved if I could do it. Every 8th day, what you can do is that you can revise what you have read last to last week. तो 7th डे मेरा इस वीक का रिवीजन हो गया एंड 8th डे मेरे पिछले वीक का रिवीजन हो गया, राइट. So you are actually revising 14 days and you actually have slots like this. So you have like 8 day slots. So for example, you have to make a timetable for yourself, right? Exactly कि कौन सा subject when you have to read. So for example, you have let's say you have 32 days. So you split it into 4 slots. Slot 1 is day 1 to day 8. Slot 2 is day 9 to day 16 and so on. In slot number 1, first 6 days, you have to read your reading. 7th day, day 1 to day 6, you can read. And day 8, you revise past 14 days, right? The day 7 thing I could do, but the day 8 thing, revising the all 14 days or maybe giving a test, weekly test, I couldn't do, right? So if you can do, you are even genius and you have actually achieved it. Last but not the least, this was just something I have studied for 3.5 months. I actually cannot concise it in 25 odd minutes, right? So I have made a detailed video. It is on my channel. How did I crack AIIMS? Detailed video with 3 months preparation, right? And it's a 1 hour long video. I have covered everything from where I studied, what I studied, and what was my timetable, and how I actually used to study during my preparation. That I have covered in my insane timetable, how I cracked AIIMS Delhi twice, right? So these are the 2 videos I highly recommend you to watch it. I'll put the link in the description. You can go and watch it. And please just don't watch it. Take something out of it. The video number 1, I will really recommend to follow you completely. The video number 2, this was my personal timetable. I do not recommend it. My sleep cycle and everything was very different and it took me some time to actually get back to normal. It is not actually sustainable. This was only, I could do it only because I had just 3.5 months in my hand, and I actually do not recommend it, but you can go ahead, watch it, and if you feel that you can actually do something different from the rest of the public and take an edge over them, you can go ahead, try this or anything which you want to try, right? So I just say one thing, if you have the dedication, if you have the full dedication to do something, the entire world, entire universe will pledge its way to actually make it happen. That is something which happened with me, and that is why I was able to follow this insane timetable. Do watch these 2 videos. I'll highly recommend. Next, last but not the least, a mentor is very important for you. Please choose a mentor. For me, my mentor was Dr. Rajat Jain, who has been a radiology faculty and who has mentored me throughout. He is the one who actually made me believe that I could actually crack INICET with just 3 months of preparation and bring a top 2000 rank. I indeed did it and brought a top 500 rank. That was beyond my expectations. So do choose a right mentor for yourself. And last but not the least, have faith in yourself. Be truthful to yourself. See big dreams, but then actually have the dedication to work in that direction. You can follow me on Instagram and ask me doubts. I believe now I have finally answered all the doubts which we had studied, which we started this video with. You can post me these doubts. You can post me your doubts. I'll try to reply to them, or I'll cover them in my upcoming videos. So please don't mind if I cannot reply, because I have couple of them, and not only from the PG aspirants, a lot more from the UG aspirants, NEET UG aspirants, right? So you can follow me and message me. I'll try to cover them in my next possible video, and I'll try my best to reply to you. Wish you all the very best for your upcoming INICET May 2023 attempt, and I see you as a junior of mine in AIIMS and AIIMS Delhi. Wish you all the very best. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and please like this video and share this to your friends if you think that this video helped you. Bye bye.